Everyone, welcome to Quick and Easy Cooking. Now today I'm just going to do a basic salsa roja, and it's a little bit different than what you normally get at a Mexican restaurant. So today I'm going to use lime, onion, tomato juice, salt and pepper, white pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, jalapeno. Now if you want more heatness, you can always use the red chilies, put the red, chili peppers on in, or even the dried pepper flakes if you want that little hotness to it. But today I'm going to use Mission restaurant style thin and crispy chips. Now normally I would make my own tortilla. I would make my own tortillas. But today I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it a little bit different. The tortillas that I'm using are by Mission restaurant style thin and crispy. Now I like those. They're just very basic and they are good. You can use any type of tortillas that you want, or you can make your own. Normally I would make my own, but today for this video we're just going to use this. But I'm going to replicate a salsa that I absolutely loved at one of the restaurants that I go to. So here we go. What I have here is I have just a half of a jalapeno chopped up, and I'm using the seeds to this. So that way it gives us a little bit of heatness to it. Now you will need a lime, and I'm not going to use all this lime because we don't have anything that's preserving this. You got to remember, when you buy the salsa at the store, they have preservatives in it, so that way it's lasts. So the preservative that we're going to use to make this last is our lime, but I'm not going to use all this. Now I'm going to use a little bit of onion, so just a little tad of onion to it. I dice my onions up. I always dice them very small, especially when I'm making a salsa. What I have here is I have our onion, I have our jalapeno, and I only use half of a jalapeno. And I only used a very tiny amount of an onion. Now I did put in 1/8 teaspoon of crushed red pepper. So I used 1/8 teaspoon. Now I'm going to use 1/8 teaspoon of salt. We're going to start small, because if we need to add more, we can. But if you just put like different amounts, and then if you put something too much, you can't take it back. So to be on the safe side, we're going to start with small. So I've got 1/8 teaspoon of salt. There we go. Now I like black pepper and white pepper. I like the combination of it. Ooh, thing's blocking it. Uh-oh. Let me see if I can. Okay, here is 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper. Now white pepper, I'm going to do, because I really love the flavor of white pepper. I really love that. I'm going to do 1/4. So I'm just going to take this off and go in this way. So I'm going to do 1/4. My mom's already over there saying, don't make it too spicy. I'm the one that's the spicy one. Okay, we're going to put onion powder in here. I'm going to start with 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder. Now garlic powder is the main thing that I remember at this one Mexican restaurant. That's the one I always remember. Now I'm going to do 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, and then we can always adjust up. So I got 1/2 teaspoon right there. Okay, stir this around. Now, like I said, this was a little bit different. Now, I'm going to take this, I'm going to put 1 cup of tomato juice. I added 1 cup of tomato juice. Now, what I've done is, this is absolutely wonderful. And I've made this so many times. This tastes absolutely amazing. The heatness, the flavoring is spot on the way I did it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into my little chopper here, and I'm going to chop it down a little bit finer. The onions and the jalapenos. What I have here is Petite diced tomatoes. Now what we're going to do is we're going to blend this with this, and then like I said, we'll have to make maybe adjustments, but the way I've got this, the heatness, the level of hotness that I want, is almost perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Now by adding this can, it's going to change the flavor to it a little bit, so we'll have to bring it back to that heatness. So we'll have to make it, you know, a little bit more garlic, a little bit more onion powder, but we won't know until we put this on in. I put our Petite diced tomatoes into our chopper right here, and I'm going to chop it up a little bit more finer. What I'm going to do is I have our, let me show you, our Petite diced tomatoes. See how I made them a little bit more finer? So I chopped those down a little bit more. Now I'm going to add our salsa, our tomato juice mixture on in. Okay. Remember when I said we're going to have to make adjustments to this? So definitely we got to make adjustments, because when you add the can of tomatoes, it throws the blends on off. So what you have to do is you have to make adjustments. Adding 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder on in. Okay. Let me put this over here. That way you guys can see it. Now, I'm going to use 1/4 teaspoon of more garlic powder. Okay. I'm going to use 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So let me get this open right here. One-fourth teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to use, because I can taste the hotness, I'm going to use 1/8 teaspoon of white pepper. There we go. And I'm going to mix this all up. And I'm going to put my little thing on here in a minute and blend it all together. I'm going to just blend this together. Now what I'm going to do is, I like the consistency of this. Now I did add a little bit more salt to it, but that's a personal preference. You adjust it to your liking. Now if you want more salt to it, by all means add more salt. If you want more garlic taste to it, if you want more heatness to it, you know, use the crushed red peppers. You know, use more than what I used. Now to preserve this, because when you put this into the refrigerator and you leave it overnight, it will thicken up. it will just thicken up. So to keep it nice and liquidy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put lime juice, a lime, in here. And then I'm also going to put it into like a mason jar. Using the lime in this. Now I would just serve it like that, on a table without putting the lime in it. But I'm going to put this into the refrigerator because our guest isn't coming until later on, and I don't want it to thicken up and stuff. So what I'm going to do is, that's the reason why I'm doing the lime now. But normally I would serve it hot. I want to thank everybody for watching our video today of our salsa roja. And I have a lot of different recipes for this. This is just one that I bring. It's a simple one. And it's a classic. Like I say, you can adjust it to your level of heatness that you like. If you want more crushed red peppers, or if you have the chili diablo peppers, I think they are, or those red ones. I don't have those near me. I don't have a specialty market nearby, so I would have to order those. But for what I had today, this is the way I made it. So if you wanted to make it like even more authentic and use different peppers, you can, to the level of heatness that you like. But I want to thank everyone for watching our video today. Please click the subscribe button and notification bell so that way every time I come on, you know. And if you're watching this for the first time, please click the subscribe button. I would love to have you as part of our YouTube family. Again, thank you for watching our video. Take care. And go and make yourself some salsa roja. It's very, very good. I absolutely love it. Take care. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.